Hello and welcome to another episode of Whose Turn Is It Anyway? I'm Rob, I'm your current first player, and I am joined around the table by Dan.
Yellow.
Adrian.
Hello.
And Tambo.
Hello.
How are you all doing, guys?
Good. Yeah, you?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, good.
Tambo, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm just a bit bunged up. It's all right. I got a winter blues.
Tambo is dying.
It's only a cold. It's all right.
Are you still working?
Yeah, I work today.
Nice.
That's all right. I don't like sitting at home and then just thinking about it. I like to get out there and sweat it off and get it out of the way.
Sneezing people's burgers.
If I can. If I'm too bad, obviously I stay at home. But
It's clearly not man flu because obviously you'd be up
I
in
felt
bed.
better through work at some point. Then since I've been home, I've just got worse again.
If it was man flu, you'd be lying on your sofa and a priest would walk in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there'd be no getting up on man flu.
No.
So with that, let's get cracking, shall we?
Let's do it.
So let's talk about Hex, where we talk about our board gaming shenanigans and what we've been up to recently. So T, I'm going to come to you first.
Straight on me. Nice.
Well, I thought I'd give you a bit of a rest between segments. So
Fair enough.
Is that...
Okay, so I'm going to talk about recently played Company of Heroes, second edition by Bad Cow Games. I just looked that up because I had to.
Very nice.
Yeah, thanks.
It almost sounded professional then, mate.
Yeah, almost. So basically, it's a World War II game, 1v1. Oh, you can't do 2v2 but it was best played 1v1 apparently. I don't know yet. I haven't played 2v2, so I don't know.
I enjoy 2v2,
Yeah.
but it does require
wanna do it.
all players are a kind of equal level. Otherwise, you feel a bit...
Well, like some new
Yeah.
players.
What are the factions?
Funny you should say that. Yeah, obviously it's the Americans and it's the Germans
Yes.
in the box in the original set, and then I've got the English and I've got the Russians.
Oh, so there is more than just two.
Yeah, I had to buy the extra
There's-
factions. Yeah,
There's two German factions, or there was in the first edition. There was two different
okay.
types of German faction as well. So
That's interesting.
yeah. So
The theme, I'm all over the theme. I love the theme.
yeah, it's just really cool. It looks cool. So it's done in 3 phases. It's an area control game, basically. So the first phase is all about, you have 3 command points, which are these little green cubes, and then you spend them, and you can spend up to 3, but you can spread them up between your units. So you could do 2 on one or on the other, and just it makes them move and face in the right way. And then at the end of that, it's very interesting on that because each units have range, obviously, right? So say mortars have a range of 5, and military units only have a range of 3, for instance. But everyone's only got a general range of 2, sight of 2, so all round. So you have to have people spotting other people to make that range actually work. So it's very, very, very tactical in that sense, but really interesting. And you've got to also make sure you're facing the right way, because there's this thing called the firing arc. So you go 1 hexagon in front, and then you do whatever range it is, 5 to the left, 5 to the right, and then everything in between is in your range.
Cool.
Yeah. So
It's not just a straight line.
no. Yeah.
See, I love the idea of playing games like this, but playing them 1v1, I'm not as strategic as I think I am, and it's quite quickly brought out in games like this. So 2v2 mode in a game like this is probably the only way I get access to it.
Yeah.
So the fact that they, again, it might not be the kind of the preferred mode, but the fact that it has 2v2, for me is kind of the only way I can access it, because I was there when you got your 3D terrain pack from Davey from Essen.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever seen you so excited.
I was really excited. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. It's just the terrain pack one's just the buildings and the flagpoles, which is great because they didn't send me enough flagpoles in the original set.
Did you ever see a day
That's
where
just-
you'd be complaining that you haven't got enough flagpoles?
No, never actually. But so the terrain pack was good, and then you got the barbed wires and you got the tank traps, which are cool. Yeah. So the tactical part's really good. You get normally you get heavy gunners, you get mortars. Heavy gunners are cool. They do a pinned. So when you target someone, when it comes to the attack phase, you can pin them down. So that unit you've got targeted, they can't fire back because they're pinned, which makes mathematical sense. You get pinned with a heavy machine gun, and if you ever move your units through their arc on the movement phase, you get instantly hit as well. So you've got to think about all that. Mortars are always cool. They can go over buildings and over terrain. So that's also really cool. It's good to go forward and have loads of mortars at the back. Yeah, it's good fun. The first phase is all about where you're moving and where you're aiming. The second phase is the damage phase, which is all done simultaneously. There's a lot of dice in this game, a hell of a lot of dice. I mean, I bought the expansion for more dice for it, and I'm glad I did now, even for 2-player.
You can never have enough dice.
No, you can never have enough dice.
No.
But there's not as much rolling in it as you think. You roll for defense most of the time, but you literally, the dice are all for the symbology of upgrading units and just assigning damage around the whole map. But then you do roll for defense, and with mortars, you roll for critical hits and stuff. So, but there's not as much rolling as you think.
Sounds really interesting because it's based on the video game, right?
Yeah. Well, I've never actually played the video game. I just saw a World War II game with little army men and tanks, and I thought,
you were like, I'm in.
Yeah, I was in.
It's not really that representative of the video game, I don't
I've
think.
never played the video game either, but that's the only
Me
reason
either.
I heard of the board game.
Yeah, it's still a very good. I think it's just a good tabletop game. But I enjoyed the real-time strategy video game as well. There's a few things to kind of say that this is a game for this, but apart from that, I don't think it's the biggest. It's not the best translation of a video game, but it is a good game in my opinion.
I think that at the end of the day, as long as it is a good board game,
Yeah,
then that's kind of, if you're buying the board game, that's kind of what you need, right?
yeah.
So the fact that it's not, strictly true to the video game isn't a sort of it isn't off-putting for me.
No,
Makes me think that when you're talking about it, it reminds me a little bit like that Command and Conquer should probably have a game that's similar to that, because I played a lot of Command and Conquer, and no one's really done a board game iteration of it in such a way that would be accurately described by what you're just describing with that one.
Yeah.
And I think it needs.
I think it can be done as well. Actually.
I think it could be done. Yeah, I think someone who's listening, make it happen. Why not?
People don't listen to this.
They do, just not when you're on it, Rob.
Well, fair one.
Okay. Then.
Yeah. So anyway, when you do the damage phase, you go into the production phase, which is really cool fun. This is the fun bits where every there's a certain space around the map where if you're dominating them, you get the resource for it. So there's fuel, there's ammunition, and there's infantry. So you bulk up your production if you've got new flag areas, or you take them off if someone's taking them, and then you get all your income, and then you spend it. And this is where the fun start happens, when you put out all your infantry and your tanks and upgrade things. There's so much you can do in it. It's just which way you want to go down. It's so much fun.
What can you upgrade? What do you upgrade from what to
each
what?
unit has like an upgrade. For instance, say if infantry unit, they're different. So the Germans and the Americans have different upgrades. But like for ones, you can upgrade, put an extra movement, so free movement for an upgrade, or you can put on an extra damage. Most of the time in infantry, it's an extra damage, like an infantry damage, stuff like that. But you can only upgrade. You got experience upgrade, and you've got obviously production upgrade. The experience is for spending your experience points, but you can only upgrade one of it, so you can't do two of the same upgrade. You can only spread it out evenly onto each unit. Also, you have your new commanders cards. But I normally just deal out about 4, which gives you these really cool different abilities through the game as well that you install once you spend experience, and then so that makes it a really big variety on it as well.
Who did you play it with?
My nephew and my brother so far.
Nice.
Oh, and Curly.
What do you think?
Curly liked it, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. The teacher's quite hard.
Really?
Yeah, but once you know it, it's simple. It really is quite an easy game once you know it. But the teachers, I thought it was quite difficult. Me and Curly had clashed at one bit when I was trying to explain it to him because our minds think differently.
Yeah.
But we got there in the end. But yeah, he really enjoyed it. He obviously whooped me. I'm actually really bad at it. I actually only won one game. But I really enjoy it. And I think that's a good sign of a good game. Even if I play it and I'm just, I still enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely.
Got plenty of those games on my shelf that I suck at, but I just love playing.
I wouldn't play many games if I only played the good ones. The ones that I was good at.
Yeah, I did forget to mention the second edition, which is one of the main mechanic it does different to the first one. I don't know. I've never played the first one. Adrian might help me this. Is there's a card that you pick. You either do a short turn or a long turn. So a short turn is between 2 and 4 turns, and a long turn is between 3 and 5. So the first player says, I'm doing a short turn, so it could be anything between 2 turns and 5 turns. So that means how many command points you put out. So every turn you're putting out 3 command points. But once you only have 3 turns, there's only 6 of your 12 going out. But only the first player knows how many it is, and they have to reveal how many turns it is on the last turn to the other person. So the second person is probably more defensive because he doesn't know how many turns there is in this round.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I remember there being different turn amounts. I don't remember someone picking. I've got a funny feeling it was just randomized or something.
Right,
like
okay. I read something
that first edition is 5-6 years old, I want to say. Yeah. So it's been a while since I played it, because I played it like the week it turned up at my mate's house. He got the big ammo box. So it came like the all-in came in a big plastic ammo crate.
Oh, do you know what? I think I saw that.
It was ridiculous, if I'm honest. But flat standard, all in.
Yeah.
Too many boxes. Find a way to store it, and so it came in a cool looking sort of World War II ammo crate.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I love that.
That was really cool. I like the sound of that.
But yeah, it cost a lot at the time. I remember.
I've got the base pack, the Legacy map pack, the Russians and the English, and the extra dice pack, and you get a little free for the stretch goal. You got a free tank thing. It's loads, and
Free.
that's not free. Well, not free, but thrown in.
No.
Can you play 2v2 but then have each different person playing a different country?
I think you can. Yes, in this one you can.
But it's you
So
you can't do all against all, like 1v1v1.
No.
I don't think so.
No,
I
you
remember
can,
mode.
but you put an AI in it. Yeah, you can't. No, so you don't. So if you play 3-player, I've read it up on it. You have to put the fourth person has to be the AI.
Oh, so there has. Okay, I'm with you. Yeah.
So there has to be that person.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend. You can't
No.
do just 3 players. No.
No.
It's either 2v2, 1v1.
1v1.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Sounds great.
yeah. I've also got the Fog War expansion, which is a cooperative version, which I haven't actually played yet, but I believe it's these tokens that move down, face down until they come in range, they flip, and you don't know what units they are, and stuff like that. It looks quite cool.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm really glad you're enjoying it because you waited quite a while for it.
It was a long
You
wait,
and,
yes.
And I know how excited you were to play it. So the fact that you really enjoy it is a massive plus.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Adrian.
I recently played Ra. So Ra is a classic, really. It's a Rainer Knizia game. It's just been republished by 25th Century Games, and it was really good. It was that point where it reminded me that at one point I was going through all these classic games and playing them because I was kind of a bit fed up with the latest hotness and all that lot. So I was like, right, I'm going to go through and play all the classics because they must be worth playing. And then kind of was getting so far through the list and then sort of stopped a little bit and caught up with all the hotness. And it was one of those games that reminded me that the reason why they're a classic is because they're just that good, and kind of made me want to go back and revisit all of those classic games that I've not played before. So what is Ra? Ra is an auction game, which is why it surprised me because I traditionally hate auction games, and this does it in a fairly unique way. I've played some other Rainer Knizias, or I've seen some other Rainer Knizias that just don't. They're auction games as well that are just more typical auction games. With this one, you'll have a handful of, you'll have like 3 or 4 bidding tokens that will be numbered like 1 to 13 or something like that. And when you first start off, they're like presets. So everyone has like an even spread of sort of bidding tokens. So one might have like 1, 3, 12 and 13 or something like that. And another person might have 7, 8, 9, 10 or something like that. So they're not all the same, but they are an even spread, as even as they can make them. And then on your turn, you're going to do most likely the first action, which is simply pull a tile from a bag. And that tile will then most likely be something that's a scoring thing. So there are 2 types of scoring tiles, ones that score for that round and ones that stay for the game and they score every round. And so you'll just put that into the display. And then you'll pass the bag round to the next person and they'll pull a tile. And again, likely it'll be a scoring tile. There's 2 other types of tiles. One is like a negative effect, which will be like scrap 2 of this type of tile. So you're kind of deconstructing your points system that you've built. And the other one is the Ra tile. If you don't pull a Ra tile and you fill up the whole display, then everyone goes into an auction. But if not, if you pull the Ra tile, then everyone goes into an auction anyway, but it pushes the timer forward. Like Ra sort of moves along the track a little bit. And when you get to the end of the track, that's the end of that round, and there's 3 rounds. So when you pull a Ra tile or you get to the end of the filling up the display, everyone then bids. So you start with the person to the, I think it's the person who actually pulled the Ra tile. They put down one of their bidding tokens if they want to. So say they'll have 3 or 4 different numbers and they'll put down one of them. And then it goes around the table and they each put one down. And then whoever wins out of the 3 will then take what's on the display. But what they'll also do is exchange their bidding tile for the one that's in the center or just above the bidding row. So to start off with, there's always one when you set up the game, there's one there, and then you're going to kind of keep trading out this auction card for the last one. So if the last one that won was a 3, and in this round you've bid a 3 and a 13 and won, you're going to give up your 13, but you're going to take the 3. So next round, and you can only use each one once in each round. So once you've used all 3 or 4, depending upon player count of your bidding tokens, then that's kind of also a round end qualifier. So you can only use each one of them once. But of course, next round, if you've traded out all your high numbers for low numbers, you're going to have a crap round for bidding. So it's that sort of game of, I might want that, but I don't want to trade a 12 for a 2. But I might only want it a bit. But if I've got a 1 and there's a 13 there, I'm really trading up for next round and I'll get more auction, sort of more bidding power next round. And so it's just those kind of 2 mechanisms. Do I want what's there? And do I want to trade up or trade down my bidding chip for what's in the center? The other action is simply invoking Ra, which is just invoking the bidding, basically. So again, I think you have to then bid first, and then it goes around at the table again. And it's exactly the same, but of course, instead of taking your turn. So if you want to try and tease out some sort of somebody else's bidding chips, or if you really like what's there and you don't want it to kind of, towards the end of the round, it can be that Ra moves forward and the game sort of ends before you get to bid. So you can sometimes invoke Ra when there's almost nothing on the table worth bidding for. So that's it. Your 2 options are pull from a bag or invoke Ra. And sometimes what you pull from a bag will invoke Ra, basically.
Usually when you don't want it to happen.
Yeah, quite often when you... Or sometimes we had it where Ra moved forward like 4 times before anything was even in the display. So like we lost.
That's nuts.
Yeah, we lost like half of the first round on the first 2 rounds. But then it meant that all of the rest of the auctions were like full and everybody really wanted them.
Yeah, it's condensed.
So it kind of, whereas otherwise it might have been a little bit more of a trickle. There's a few things there and people are trying to invoke Ra. But it is just that lovely thing of, do I want what's on the bidding thing, and do I want to spend what's there and get the chip back ready for the next round? So I remember, I think it was the 3rd round, I started off with 6, 7, 8, 9. So I had all of the middle bidding chips, which was a unique place to be in because I had no top trump. I couldn't go, well, I'm just having this. But at the same time, I didn't have any low numbers. So I had people trying to sort of bid enough to try and make me put some down. But at the same time, I was trying to tease out for the other people's real top ones. So I'd like look around and I go, well, I've got 6, 7, 8, 9. You've got 1, 2, 3, 12. I'll put down a 6. If you want this, you've got to get rid of your 12. And just there's this lovely sort of mix of trying to sort of get rid of other people's like bidding chips, improve your own for next round, as well as building up the engine. And the engine is like, there's sort of, I think there's 6 areas of different types of scoring. And some are end game. I think only one, in fact, is end game. But some of them are like, if you've got this, then you trigger this scoring. So you can build up loads of, I think it's the river. But if you don't get a flood tile, then you don't score the river for that turn. Now, the river stays, but the flood goes every round. So you need to make sure that if you've gone heavy on getting river stuff, you need to make sure every round you're getting a flood tile. Otherwise, it's been useless collecting all those. So I can then go, I know you're collecting river stuff. This is a flood. You're clearly going to want to spend your 13 on it. I'll bid my 2 because you don't have any other option but now to bid your highest card because you've only got a 1 and a 13. And there's those little decision points that made this just a really nice game, like delightful. And the production quality on the latest one is amazing.
It's gorgeous.
Absolutely amazing.
Have you got the nice one, the deluxe one?
No, because with all the acrylics, 95 quid.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
It is, considering how good the base production is at like 40 quid.
Yeah.
I think
compare it to the old standard, which version, but the old version of Ra, it looks ugly as sin, and probably would put people off today. But the new one is really, really nice.
It is. You get, I mean, the Ra idol is, you could kill someone with it. Yeah. It's massive.
Yeah, but those chunky blue tiles, and
but then the
really,
bidding,
really
bidding
nice.
tokens are all sort of, I'd say, a centimetre thick each of wood. Like, So there's 13 of those in a box. Then all of the cardboard is that nice sort of double thickness cardboard. You get like a freestanding like a canvas bag, not one of those crap little ones that they put in certain, like not like a Quedlinburg bag. It's like a thick chunky bag and all that lot. All of that for 40 quid. You can get it cheaper than that sometimes as well.
It's the sort of game where you have to play it to really understand and appreciate how good it is.
Yeah.
It's old. It doesn't look like much, especially if you look at the original version. But when you actually play it, and I've not played it for a very long time, but when I played it, it was like, oh, actually, this is actually really, really clever and actually really, really good. But it's old, but it's really good.
It just stands up.
Really good. It stands up, and you can tell why it stands up. It's just that good. It's basic, but it's good.
Yeah, the decision making, maybe not choosing whether to pull out the bag or invoke Ra, that seems quite obvious most of the time, and then occasionally there'll be should I invoke Ra because you want this, and the decision point comes when bidding, and quite often I felt myself really having to kind of think what I was bidding, and you could be really tactical with, again, kind of trying to make people use up some of their high-end bidding tokens when they didn't want to, and because you get back kind of a different amount to what you put in. Normal auction games, well, you bid this and it can be X amount and then everyone loses their money or one person loses it. Is it worth it? That kind of thing. It's kind of not in this game, despite the fact that it's an auction game. This is very much, okay, well, is this worth more than those two things, the bidding row and the auction tile that I'll get from it? So there's just such a nice decision space in it. And it came around quite a lot when I was thinking, this is an interesting decision I'm finding.
My opinion on auction games is exactly the same as yours. I'm not a big fan of them.
Don't like them. Yeah,
no, I'm not a big fan of them. But there is something different about Ra, and I gladly sit around the table and play that all night. It's great.
Yeah.
Really.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
Dan, what have you been up to?
Perseverance episode 3 and 4 got delivered. And when a box full of plastic dinosaurs gets turned up at your house, you just got to open it. You just got to play it. Just got to play it. So yeah, Perseverance episode 3 for me. So I know we've talked quite a bit about Perseverance on the pod, but if you've been under a rock for the last millennia, then Perseverance is a game about a cruise liner that crashes on a deserted island, but you soon find out that the island is inhabited with dinos. Episode 3 advances the timeline further, where you have got these dinosaurs, you've managed to tame them, and you've managed to put little saddles on them.
Ride the dinosaurs.
You can ride them, and it comes with little saddles, and you put them on, and it's fiddly, but when you put them on, it looks great. And the game is a lot more streamlined. So if you played episode 1 and 2, 3 will become slightly familiar to you, but it's more streamlined, and it's quick. It's quick. It's like it's 8 turns and it's done. There's a lot going on. It's Mindclash, of course. There's a lot going on, but there's with it being streamlined, I think it makes for a better game. And it's similarly to the first and the second one, where the board is split into 2 halves. One side where you're trying to build up a community area with the people, the followers that you've got with you. The other side where you're trying to explore different parts of the island and colonize it. That's episode 3. And then episode 4 advances even further, where you're trying to either be a permanent resident on this island or go back on the boat and leave. I haven't played episode 4 yet, but played episode 3 a good couple of times and enjoyed it so far. So I want to get back to the table again, but I've got a small group of us who are planning to do a Chronicle mode 1, 2, 3, and 4 when I get a minute. But it's the old busy time for me.
Or several.
Yes, I might need several minutes. But episode 3 has been played twice, and I also went back to episode 1 and played that as well, just to kind of refresh my memory on it. And yeah, love the game. I love Mindclash, but it's one of their top ones for me.
Fair enough. I've only done episode 1 on T. I know you've played it a few times.
Yeah, I've done 1, 2, and 3. Yeah,
it's not for me. I get why people love it. It's too heavy for me. I get lost, and I've talked about this before, but everything about this game, I want to love it. You have me at dinosaurs with saddles.
Which ones have you played?
I've only played 1, episode 1.
When's the last time you played it? When was that?
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah, but you've turned into a bit of a heavier gamer now, Rob. You might enjoy that now.
Episode 3, because you can play episode 3 without knowing any prior knowledge to 1 and 2.
Yes,
and it's.
Oh, I'm not adverse to playing it again.
Yeah,
it's just when I played it, I realised that it wasn't for me.
There is a lot going on in that.
I realised it wasn't for me about half an hour into the game.
Yeah.
Which is not a great place.
No, that's the worst time.
Yeah, and it's
yeah.
like, oh, God.
Yeah, you got to sit through the rest
Rob
of
thought
it.
it was Valley of the Dinosaurs.
I thought it was dinosaurs and Cadillacs, but it was not. But no, I get why people.
Did you think it was Dizzy Dinosaurs?
I did.
Yeah.
No,
Remember that one?
I get why people love it, and the production quality of it is fantastic.
It's gorgeous.
It looks great.
What does episode 4 bring to it then?
So I think there's another dinotype. They're called a six legs. I think they're called.
Oh, okay.
And it brings in the original inhabitants of the island.
Okay.
I can't remember what they're called, but there is a miniature for them.
Okay.
And you're trying to kind of fend them off as well, and you're trying to work out whether you're going to stay on the island permanently or whether you're going to upgrade the ship
and go
and leave.
Oh, okay. Right, nice.
Is that a spoiler?
Is it a spoiler?
I don't know. That's
Not
why I'm asking.
Really. I mean, they did keep. I mean, Mindclash did keep the content of episode 4 heavily under wraps for a long time.
It's out there, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's just I don't know if you open episode 3 and then
I
open
see.
episode
Because
4.
it tells right.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean,
think
it's,
so.
no, you play them independently. So I would
It's not like a
standalone
legacy
games.
game
Yeah.
where
No, absolutely not. I can't do legacy games. Anybody comes near me and goes, "You need to rip that card up." No,
No, I just meant that things happen in a certain order, and
Yeah,
you kind
no.
of want to keep a secret. Is it sort of?
No, I don't think so. I think it's pretty independent, but and I like the fact that there are 4 episodes that you can kind of play and you can kind of watch the story kind of progress. Yeah, it's there's a lot going on and there's a lot to remember, but I'm all for it. I love that theme. I saw someone say online on Facebook that they didn't overly enjoy the episodic nature of the game, but I actually think it's really good, and I think it keeps an IP kind of going and fresh by adapting and changing the rule set of the game from 1 to 4. I like it.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, there are many other people that do, mate. So I don't think you're alone in that camp. Like I say, I get it. I get why it's a good game. It's just a bit much for my tiny little mind.
Episode 2
might
hurt
not
my
be
brain.
anymore, Rob. You might actually.
It might not be
you
anymore.
do tricky.
No.
You do bloody. Yeah, perseverance.
Yeah.
I think you've done some Lacerdas as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I would give episode 3
I'd give
a go.
episode 2 a go or something because episode 1's the slowest one out of 4. They get really good, really good.
Yeah, I think episode 3 is better than 2.
Yeah, indeed.
2 hurts my brain.
So, Rob, what one game have you played recently?
Well, I'm going to pull a bit of a switcheroo here. I'm going to a bit of a power play.
Like last was episode 2 episodes ago. I think you
and
did a
the,
similar.
and the one before that as well. Yeah,
Some power plays every episode, eh?
Yeah, but this is technically my 6th episode, so I've got loads of episodes to make up for.
Right. Okay.
So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. I recently got a chance to play the expansion for Galaxy Trucker. I've mentioned it before. We didn't get the expansion to the table, the Do What expansion.
You did what?
Do What?
Nice.
Thanks.
Nice.
I appreciated it.
As the singer of the group, I thought you would join in with some doo-wopping.
Don't give him my
I've
ideas.
always been told that if you're good at something, never do it for free.
Oh, okay.
That one.
Bottle of Lucasade.
Thanks.
So yeah, we got Do What expansion to the table, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, the game's nonsense already, and more nonsense is not a bad thing. It's very in line with what the game's about. It's not going to switch the game up much in regard that it's nonsense, and you're probably not going to make it to the end. But having a little bit of a direction, so there are several elements to it that you can put into the main game. We put in the VIPs, which are a lot of fun, and they give you kind of a direction that if you want that VIP, you have to build your ship in a specific way, or it has to contain certain elements to bring in to entice that VIP onto your ship, and it played out very well because then we played it 3-player, and all 3 of us are kind of going for the same elements that allow us to then have these VIPs on board. It was pointless. The ship's never lasted to the end anyway, in typical Galaxy Trucker fashion. But it was a lot of fun. And like I say, it's a healthy expansion for something that if you've played a lot, it does give out different elements to it that make it enjoyable again. Do you know what I mean? So
I'm going to tell you something you're not going to expect.
I'm worried this coming from you.
I'm quite a chaotic person, as I'm sure you've probably worked
No.
that out. You may have worked that out. You're just being polite, Rob. But that game is chaos,
That's brilliant.
and I can't do chaos.
That's brilliant.
Can't do it.
No, because you're an invoker of chaos, not a
Correct.
enjoyer of chaos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I like structure when it comes to my game. This is the part where I do this. This is the part where I take actions. I now do cleanup. I get to go again. Galaxy Trucker is not for me.
Well,
It's too much for me.
part of this mode has a turn-based tile selection mode.
Okay.
So it kind of takes that chaotic first part out of it completely.
I'm listening.
So there's so if you played Galaxy Trucker before, there's an egg timer that you flip over, and on the level sizes you flip it over 2, 3, or 4 times. So it takes that mad scramble to build this ship within that time frame or as quickly as possible, so you can get out ahead in front of other people. It completely negates that element of it, which is fantastic because it now means I can play it with my kids. Which again is a nonsense game. They're going to absolutely love this. So
So is that, you mentioned it's modular?
Yes.
So VIPs is a module.
Yep.
Is the
turn-based.
Yep. Is that a module as well?
There's ones with risky cargo that we didn't play with them, but I believe if they get hit or you lose them off the ship, they explode, doing more damage.
Nice.
To the ship as well. And there's side missions as well, so that again, it will give you items to go through as you're going through your runs, side missions to do, little tasks, bonus tasks that if you achieve them, more credits. But if you've ever played Galaxy Trucker, I think I've got my ship to the end possibly 4 times where it hasn't come apart or blown up, or somebody's come in and stolen all my aliens, and then the ship's adrift and things. So it's, like you say, it's just chaos.
It's just chaos for me.
Brilliant.
I struggle with it.
It's
but
brilliant.
I can see why people like it.
So yeah, the Do What expansion adds a lot of elements that you can just put in as kind of as and when you choose, which is a lot of fun.
Nice.
The other game that I'd like to speak about.
One game only.
He's such a rule breaker.
And I've wanted to play this for a long time. It's another Czech Games Edition. It's Kutna Horror.
Oh, I want to play that.
I've played it twice, and both times I've absolutely loved it.
Who owns it?
Me.
You own it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to play it.
I'm going to put an event up because I absolutely loved it.
I'll try and get on that.
I did hear that somebody was creating a solo mode, but unfortunately that's been taken down.
Ooh.
So for some reason he's removed all his items off of.
Or the designer.
BGG.
No, just
fan made.
Yeah.
Fan made.
BGG.
Yeah, he's
Solo.
taken them off of BGG, unfortunately. So that was our Let's Talk About Hex. So we'll move on to the main segment. So with the main section of my final episode, I was going to talk. I was thinking hard about the last episode, and I wanted to get a little bit more kind of in depth kind of delve into the psyche of board gaming a little bit, and not to get too heavy, but I'm quite a sociable person, and I know that our hobby has a real mixture of people, personalities, everything else. But there's something that I've noticed in that. The more I deal with being uncomfortable, the more comfortable I become, if that makes sense. So what I want to talk about was so the more you do the uncomfortable thing, it all of a sudden becomes very comfortable and very normal in regard to meeting new people and experiencing new games, and the fear of getting things wrong kind of dissipates a lot quicker the more you get things wrong and the more people you meet in the hobby. So I'd like to explore kind of that kind of feeling and kind of coming at it from different angles, if that's cool. So coming from somebody who's quite a large extrovert,
I'm really shy.
shall we say?
He's talking about me.
Is there anything in the hobby that kind of makes you feel uncomfortable? Is there anything generally in life that makes you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, because like I say, I'm quite a sociable person. I'll talk to anyone, and I've got kind of interact with anyone.
Rob, you're so huggable.
Exactly.
He's huggable.
But there's something about sitting around a table and meeting new people that genuinely makes me feel quite uncomfortable. And it's quite silly to feel that way because typically you're there to play a game. Typically, most people around the table, I don't think I've met any bad people around the table in regard to people that have kind of rubbed me up the wrong way or anything like that. It's almost like the fear of doing it kind of can stop you from doing these things. So, and you coming as a Very, very loud extrovert.
What are you saying, Rob?
As somebody who's very confident in new situations, is there anything around the table that makes you feel that way?
No.
Nothing at all?
No, not around the table. The only thing I think of that makes me feel uncomfortable is making sure that everyone has a good time. And that can be just generally in my own company, but also that I've made sure that the rules or the game that I'm teaching, assuming I'm the one teaching it, has been taught in a clear and concise way. I would feel very uncomfortable around the table pretty quick if I did a shoddy teach. It would eat me up inside. I'm a people pleaser. I like to please people all the time, whether that be around the table, whether that be in my job, whether that be at home. I'm just that guy. So if I did a shoddy teach, I would feel really bad about that and uncomfortable. So I can't. It's not in me. I can't do it. So if I know I got a game coming up, I'll make sure that I swat up really, really well, so that I can teach that concisely around the table and there are no mistakes made. If I'm around the table and I've taught a game and a mistake happens and it's pretty major, I will feel really, really uncomfortable for the rest of the game.
Even though you couldn't have avoided that, or you could have avoided, but for whatever reason,
what you've just said it there is that it could have been avoidable, but I didn't avoid it, and that would just bug me.
But you're not perfect, mate. I know.
No one is, but It's linked to, well, again, we're not getting too heavy. It's linked to my personality and the fact that I want to people please and make sure everyone's having a good time. So it all links in together. But what you're describing in regards to sitting around the table with strangers doesn't bother me at all.
That's just that's my thing.
Sure.
In that.
But in comparison, for me, I could sit around the table with anyone. It doesn't really bother me at all. As long as they're comfortable in my company, then that's all good. And I hope that I come across quite comfortable, and people, are quite comfortable around the table with me and comfortable with me teaching them, despite me being quite loud and full on. But I do have a soft, cuddly, squidgy side, and if I look around the table and I'm looking at the people around this table and go, I think extrovert Dan might need to take a back seat on this one, then I probably would. Probably, but I'd have to think about it long and hard. But I can't help who I am. But I know there's a time and a place for everything, and there's a time and a place for craziness. And sometimes when you look at other people who might be having an uncomfortable time, and if I've got three Robs around the table who look like they might feel uncomfortable in the situation they're in, I will dial it down so that they don't, look like deer in headlights. But uncomfortableness for me, it's about the teach. It's about the teach and making sure that people are comfortable in my company and in my whether it be in my home or whether it being in other areas. But if I had to pick something else that makes me uncomfortable in the hobby, then as another thing is I struggle at conventions.
Really?
And I struggle with the noise. It's not the people, it's the din it's the noise. So I've got an audible problem in my ears. I've lost the top range of my hearing, so I can't hear that well anyway. And any kind of loud but inaudible noise sets me on edge. Although that's odd, because Adrian's looking at me like, "What? Your noise exactly?"
I know. Say, considering you make honk noises constantly,
but if I make the noises, it's okay. But if it's anybody else, no, that sounds awful. But it's just loud din.
They are. It is an energy, isn't it? It's a weird energy.
It's a weird frequency that my ears struggle to adjust with. It's just the way that my ears are over time. But because of my job, I make lots of loud noise, but I'm by speakers all the time. But even after then, when I get home, my head hurts, my ears hurt, my head feels constantly wobbly. It can also be around the game table. So it could be at a convention where we're trying to teach you, you're elevating your voice slightly so that you can be heard because of the din. There's three people around the table in front of you, and you want to make sure that you're heard. But after that, I feel like I've been shouting to 60 people because I'm shattered because of the noise. And that noise makes me feel uncomfortable. Don't like it. So I tend to I've got a family, so conventions are harder for me anyway, but I tend to do less of them because of the noise. I struggle with it.
I'd never really noticed the noise until we went to Essen.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, wow, it's really loud. And now when I went to Expo, I bring noise cancelling headphones. And when it gets to that point, I just pop them in and I'm like, yeah, do you know what? I just need to go and sit somewhere and chill on my own for half hour and block out everything. Because
it's one of my biggest tips of going to an expo is take something that cancels out some level of noise, especially if you're prone to that, because I think it just gives you a bit of respite, doesn't it?
Yeah, I agree. I don't actually have any noise cancelling headphones, but I really should get some. I want to invest in some, but I want to get the right ones for me. But I've now had to get in-ear monitors for my work because I just can't stand the noise anymore. So I have to protect my hearing as it is. So I protect them with those. So yeah, I think maybe when UKGE comes around the corner again, I didn't go this year. Again, because of that noise, it's one of those. It's a major thing for me. And
just thousands of people being indoors, isn't it?
It's very noisy.
It's not a noise. It's just a combination of all the noises.
Yeah. But even doing the board game marathon, in its heyday, I would struggle with that noise around the table. So I didn't really get to sit around the table much because I was so busy. But if I was one of those people that actually sat down and played games, I found that hard to the noise, uncomfortable.
See, I'm similar in that if I've got to teach a game and I don't fully know it, it can put me off playing the game, which is the reason why I hadn't played Cut and Horror in nearly 18 months, was because I kind of knew it, which was, I could probably blag a very bad teach if pushed. Mark Monk from Ninja Geek Games said that he wanted to play it and he knew somebody that could teach it. And that's how we got it to the table. Because if it was left to me, I would have spent a video, watched a video doing it. I would have read the rule book. I know, shock horror, I don't typically do that. But if the teacher's on me, then I will do that. And then I would have been very uncomfortable the whole time we played it, thinking, right, because you as a teacher as well, you're not thinking about your game, are you? You're thinking about everything.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
So that would have been a really uncomfortable situation for me to be in. But I find once I've done that 2 or 3 times with 2 or 3 different games, like in a short time span, then the fear of it, the uncomfortableness of me doing that is completely gone. And then I'm like, we'll just figure it out. And that's kind of, the more you do it, the less uncomfortable you become, and then it just becomes,
No.
Yeah. So no, I'm similar boat as well. Yeah. I completely understand that.
Going back to my hex, when I taught Perseverance episode 3 to 3 other people, I read the rule book cover to cover twice, and I watched Paul Grogan's rule video on it twice to make sure that it all went in. I can't answer every single question that comes around the board, around the table, but as long as I can teach the game from start to finish, and so that everyone's got a basic understanding of how this works, I can then refer to the rule book around the table afterwards. And I don't mind doing that because you can't remember the whole book cover to cover, but you can remember the basic concept of how the game works. That should be enough.
That's fair. Adrian, is there anything that you've, over time, you've become comfortable in that uncomfortable feeling?
What, the person who's made of like 90% anxiety? Yeah.
This is why.
What's the other 10?
Coming at it from
loud noises.
Nice.
Coming at it from opposite ends of kind of the lens.
Yeah. Interestingly, I don't like to approach tables of people who are looking for a player, but if I'm comfortable in the space I'm in, I'm quite happy for people to come and join, like randomly. Yeah. So if there was 2 of us and then looking for players and 2 more people turned up, I'd be quite comfortable playing with them as long as I felt comfortable. So as I said before, I used to help run evenings to sort of talk about mental health and stuff like that, where you looked at board games. Now, I needed to know the board games. I needed to make sure people felt a level of comfort or whatever. So I got over my uncomfortableness of welcoming people to a gaming table.
Because you've done it.
Yeah, because I felt like, well, in order to do this, I have to not be the uncomfortable one in the room to start with. So I think I've built up a little bit of that. I still couldn't do a convention on my own. I still need to go with at least 1 or 2 other people.
I find that interesting. Well, you say that you can't do a convention on your own, but every time you go to UKG, you're the first one there for hours.
Yeah.
On your own.
But it's because I know that at some point I'll have a safe space.
Yeah.
In people.
I always see that photo of you.
Oh, I'm always
there outside the front of the UKGE, and I've not even left my house yet.
No, I know. That was originally because Marcus needed to take all his tournament stuff there. Now, last year he didn't run the tournament that he normally runs, but that's why I was there first. And then you're like, I'll just hang out and like I can do things on my own normally. It's just being in a convention hall and stuff like that. I need a group or a person I can
bounce off,
scurry back to when I'm not feeling great or feeling a bit knackered or whatever. So so I wouldn't do one on my own, but I still now, after the first couple of I'm now just comfortable just to wander around and
I think I did UKG once on my own, I think, but I tend to do it with other people because it's better to do it with others, isn't it? But I think I've done it once on my own. And it does feel a little bit isolating, even though you've got thousands and thousands of people in front of you, and you could probably join a game with other people and get quite friendly and meet new people. But on your own, it can be quite intimidating.
Yeah, see, meeting new people, I've got no issue at all with. I'll quite happily meet, but the thought of sitting around a table, like you said, like if I've invited people to play and whoever turns up, it's cool. It's not a problem at all. But the thought of me going to a table, saying looking for players, not knowing anything about that game and looking like a real idiot.
It's not that bit. It's just
for me, it is, and it makes me uncomfortable. But like, if it's something you do 2 or 3 times, that uncomfortableness is kind of gone.
It's the social part of it for me. Like, if you've got 3 mates who know each other and have all their in jokes and all that, like, I'll feel very separate, and I know I will. Whereas some people will just get involved in those jokes and stuff. I'll feel a bit sort of uncomfortable. So,
how I would do that is I would just go into stage mode.
Yeah,
my job would come out, so I would try and overcompensate and try and, if they were gagging with all their jokes, and I would do it over the top of them.
I see. If I did my job, I'd get an Excel sheet out. Like that, I don't think that's going to solve the...
That's going to have the reverse effect.
I don't think that's going to solve the situation. One thing again, talking about sort of things that genuinely are uncomfortable, that I'm trying to sort of desensitize myself to, and so I've found that I'm tolerant of it a bit more, is that games that are outside of the games I typically enjoy. So beige, mid-weight Euros, mid-heavyweight stuff, love all that. That's my comfort zone. And so even if I don't love a game, I will normally, even if it's like the favourite thing ever, I'll enjoy the first experience of it at least. Now, no, maybe not. But recently, I've been playing games with dice in that you actually roll.
Why did you try Heave then? That was weird.
And I have kind of enjoyed them. They still aren't what I would choose to play.
What game was it?
Well, I played Thunder Road Vendetta.
Okay.
Fairly recently. Yeah. I've started playing Blood Bowl again, which is very luck-orientated gaming, which I'd written that off about 5-6 years ago. I was like, no, I'm not playing any more Blood Bowl whatsoever. And then the 3rd edition came out, and a few friends were like, well, we're playing a bit more of it. And I was like, oh, go on then. So those kind of things, the random bollocks games... Like, I'm trying more and more. And while I won't go full Flux, Munchkin, Galaxy
Can you stop swearing, please?
While I won't go full that way, I am slowly playing more of those type of games that I would have desperately tried to stay away from before.
Yeah, but if you played a game of Munchkin, I'd say, who are you and what have you done with Adrian?
Yeah, not Munchkin, because Munchkin's not a good game.
No, it's not.
Never played it.
It's a scientific fact that Munchkin is not a good game.
Like Gravity, isn't it?
Whereas, some other games, I've started sort of playing a little bit more of them and being like, okay, I quite enjoyed that, even though that's not my typical game. So I'm trying to sort of desensitize myself to that, I suppose, a little bit more. And I am getting enjoyment out of doing that and playing games I typically wouldn't. That's my uncomfortable, because before that game would have come out and I'd have sort of started to shrivel up a little bit and think, how do I get out of playing this game? What social cues and things can I do to sort of try and suggest we don't play that game? And I'm not subtle with that. I think I'm subtle in my head, but I'm very rarely actually subtle. My face says too much about what I'm thinking at the time to kind of, maybe we don't play Munchkin, and instead maybe we play Great Western Trail. They're very alike. Like, let's... So I'm trying that less. I'm trying to go with it a little bit more. And again, it's not perfect, but I am sort of slowly getting there where I'm like, I wouldn't have, but maybe I will now. And I think I said it in the GridCon episode. I'm trying to get a much better balance of all the different types of games that are out there. So I'm playing a bit more lightweight and a bit more heavy and a bit more midweight and a bit more random bullshit, random bollocks. and all that kind of stuff.
I can relate to that. Yeah, even just playing Lord of the Rings with you the other day, Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship, is a co-op game, and as soon as anyone mentions the word co-op near me, I'm like, nah. I don't do co-op games. I'm not a big fan of them. I want to play to participate and enter a competition over 3 hours and try and win. That's just me. But I do like the theme of Lord of the Rings, and I thought, you know what? Come on, let's step out of my comfort zone. Let's play a bit of co-op and see if I enjoy it. And I enjoyed it. Would I buy it? No, but I did enjoy it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just trying to play maybe a few more things that I wouldn't be out of my comfort zone. I'm not a big fan of co-ops these days.
But the theme won it for you. That's what made
the theme won it for me. Yes, I mean, but then if someone said to me, "Do you want to play this version of Pandemic and it's co-op?" I would have gone no. So yeah, theme won the day there.
Fair enough. Thanks, Adrian. T, is there anything? Because for me, when you first got into the hobby, I wasn't shocked, but I was quite amazed and quite in awe of the fact that you threw yourself into everything.
Yeah, I was quite amazed at that as well.
You literally jumped in. I've known you for a long time, and before the board game group, and I think that's why I was like, T's playing Terraforming Mars.
Yeah, but I've always been a thing about trying everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I do. I'll always try something. It's a bit like the chef in me. I'll always taste something and try it, even if I didn't like it. I'll always just try it. So if somebody comes and says, "Oh, I'll give it a go," I like it, and most of the time I do like it. Yeah. What I feel uncomfortable, I don't feel that uncomfortable with games, but what I do really makes me uncomfortable is awkward silences.
Okay.
And I'm not a chatter. I'm not. I like someone who is like a very heavy chatter, like Dan, or someone who's in a group. So I find it a little bit because when it's just a one-on-one. Okay. Because you've got that extra pressure, or there's no one else there. You've got to try and keep the conversation kind of going. So, but I've got better at it, I think. But I think when you're playing board games, it kind of helps because you're there for the same reason, aren't you? So you've got that board game thing that takes the awkward silence a little bit away. So if you're not sure what to talk about the game.
I'm with you.
The focal point, right?
Well, I'm terrible. I
don't like
hate
awkward silence,
and I'm not a conversation to keep going. The small talk is horrible for me.
We had the opportunity there to make an awkward silence when he stopped talking.
Oh, yes.
You all missed it. I was there like, come on, people.
I nearly felt uncomfortable as well.
I'm trying to stay in, as the host and not make anybody feel uncomfortable, because that makes me feel uncomfortable as when other people are uncomfortable. It's that whole, that I know that you know thing.
Yeah.
So
I can't do uncomfortable, awkward silences. So because of my personality, I'll fill the void.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
Yes, I struggle with that. See, I can't fill the void. So it will be an awkward freaking silence.
If you have me around the table, just give me a nudge. I got you. I got this.
Yeah.
If not, phone him and put him on loudspeaker.
Yeah. If I'm not there, just give me a ring.
That'll fill the gap.
I'll fill it up for you.
Yeah, so weirdly, I'm quite more comfortable in bigger groups than I am one-on-ones and stuff. So yeah, that's just a weird thing I've found out. Which, yeah.
It's not often I've ever gamed one-on-one with somebody that I don't know. And I think I'd struggle with that.
Yeah, I've not done one-on-one with somebody I don't know. But so I hadn't played Company Heroes with Curly, and I know Curly, so we get on really well. But it's still a little bit of pressure. You've got to make sure one person's happy, not like there's no one else to help you, is there?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But that's one bit of awkwardness. I did my first teach of a game when we was in the talking. I can't remember where it was now.
North Devon.
And I thought, I was like really confident. I thought, I know how to play Great Western Trail. I got it. And I got there. And didn't I start shaking and everything? And the pressure it's my first ever big teach to strangers.
It's tough.
It's tough.
You did a great job.
But halfway through it, I loved it. And I could have quite happily stood there and taught them through the whole thing. I would have been happy there for the hour and a half and just 2 hours just to help. It wasn't right.
You left me.
I know I left you, Rob, yeah. And I felt bad, but...
No, you didn't.
Yeah, that was quite an interesting experience for me. I thought that was good.
You did really well as well. They all commented and were very grateful.
Nice one.
Yeah, that was good fun. But apart from that, I don't really uncomfortableness.
Nothing really phases you.
No, really. I don't really.
You work in a busy kitchens, and that's high pressure environment. So I would say that some of that skill set is transferable.
Yeah. That's why I think I've got into the board game, and I'm happy to do. Like you say, I'm happy to try everything. It's because there isn't that awkward silence because you're with people and you just got that thing that will just take it away the game. So yeah.
So even on my own, like literally the thought of learning a new game on my own, like playing it solo for the first time, makes me feel really uncomfortable. Even without other people at the table sometimes. I'm like, I open it up, and I think everyone's done this at some point. They've opened a game and gone, "Yeah, I'll deal with that
not
later.
today.
I'll deal with that later."
Yeah.
That later never comes for me. So I'm like, oh. And I found it with Star Trek Captain's Chair that I played it solo, and I was like, oh, that was fairly straightforward. Like the fear of doing it was almost far worse than actually doing it.
For me, it's apathy. It's just being bothered when it comes to solo games. It's just like, do I really want to do that? Oh, I don't know if I can get out of the table. I can't know if I can be asked.
But I hide behind that and go, I can't be asked. When actually I'm like, yeah, do you know what? I don't want to. It makes me, even now, I'm like, oh, it makes me feel uncomfortable. But I found that if I learn a game on my own, I'm then more willing to go and learn another game on my own. And then before I know it, I'm like, oh, cool, I'll just pull that off the table and kind of, give it a go and see what happens. And that's why I find that amazing, T, that like, you're like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm not really that for me is like a superpower in that regard. Forget it wrong.
It's weird though, isn't it? Because you're talking about uncomfortable silences or awkward silences. I would rather sit in awkward silence than forced conversation.
But the pressure to force that conversation, that's why I don't like it.
This is it. I'd rather just be like, no, sit here for 10 minutes not saying anything, and then something will naturally occur to talk to, rather than weather was good.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Well, that's down to the quality of the conversation.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like, well, I'm thinking, I've got nothing to say right now. I'm thinking, or I'm involved in the board game. I'd rather have the silence than then someone trying to feel like they've got to fill the space, sort of thing, isn't it? But I think again, it's that difference in sort of personality and style, isn't it? So. I've had people mention it before. If you were quiet for like 12 minutes, didn't say a single word. Oh no, I was just figuring out what you were doing and what I was going to do, and then you took your turn again, so I had to figure out what I was going to do, and then I realised none of us had said anything for like the length of like 2 Bon Jovi songs.
One Meatloaf track.
Yeah.
That's how silence is measured now from now on. That's amazing. But yeah, it just amazes me that, and that being quite a social person, for some reason, having the focal point of a board game makes it even worse. Like, and when we went to the North Devon, I made a conscious effort to try and speak to around a table as many people as possible, and everyone we met were lovely. Like, everyone we spoke to was great. It was genuinely really, really nice. Like, kind of a real pleasurable experience. But I had to really force myself to do it those first couple of times. And like I say, after that, it became, it was no, it wasn't uncomfortable at all. I actually really enjoyed it. To the point where, we met 4 other people from Taunton who are now part of the gaming group, and we get on really well with them, and they're great people. If I hadn't forced myself to do that, it potentially would have been an opportunity missed. So now I find it a lot more comfortable speaking to people about games that I don't know. Like, I could go up to a table and go, what's it like, and sort of thing. Whereas, before I found it quite uncomfortable and quite off-putting.
Do you know what I find really comfortable? Remembering people's names.
I
can't never remember people. So that's why, like, conventions when they got the name tags, thank God, but I still can't remember people's names. And it feels a bit awkward when you have a conversation with someone, you're like, I can't remember your name.
Me too. Me too, Craig. I suffer.
All right.
Me too.
Me too, Craig.
Me too, Craig. Yeah, I suffer really badly. Awful. No, I get that though. There's nothing worse than getting someone's name wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, just don't say it.
That's what I was going to say.
Don't set yourself up for it. Yeah.
Nothing worse than, I'd rather not say someone's name than get it wrong. And
I'm squirming thinking about it now.
I feel guilty when they know your name and I can't remember theirs.
But most conventions is written on our t-shirts though, right? Which is
it's worse when someone goes, "Are you not going to introduce me?"
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's awful. Yeah.
No, just run away.
Yeah. Hide.
But most right, if you said, "Look, I'm really sorry, it's been a busy couple of days," like most people wouldn't bat an eyelid.
True.
When it's the 3rd year in a row. No, you're at a convention and they're like, Mark again. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Is there anything else that springs to people's minds?
I get uncomfortable because I'm a bit possessive when it comes to my own copies of my own games, which I had to remove quite sharply when it came to lending out my copies of games at the board game marathon. I know Adrian is shaking his head. I know,
still can't do it.
And I did it, and trust me, I did have some casualties along the way. Luckily, not too many. But really, I'm a bit possessive when it comes to these kind of things. And I will feel uncomfortable if I see anyone doing anything with my components that would annoy the hell out of me. To the point where, do I want to say something? Because I'm a people pleaser, so I don't really want to upset anybody. But at the same time, you're currently picking your teeth with that card edge. I'm going to end your life if you carry on. That's how bad it gets. I don't like that.
So has that become, less uncomfortable as time has gone on?
Now I've spent most of the games we've played together picking my teeth with your cards.
Does it really bother you that much anymore?
Not now, because I'm nearly 40. I'm getting old. I'm getting old, and if you annoy me by doing that, I'm going to tell you.
Fair enough.
It's just don't do it. I mean, I remember, and I've said this before, going on a live stream for the board game marathon in its second year, and some oik who was also playing Wingspan with me as the host at the same time. 5 seconds before going back live, going from a link straight back to me, take my cards and then fan them in such a way that they bent them so much. I looked at him. I've got the cue in front of me going 3, 2, and as he's counting, I'm looking at the kid going, if you fucking do that again, I'm going to have your kneecaps. And we're back live. Welcome back to the marathon. And that honestly, that is exactly what happened. And you can catch it. The stream is still there, and you can just see his eyes just go a little bit beady, because you don't do that with someone's stuff.
So is that potentially something that you've now become comfortable with because the boundaries that you're willing to set with other people playing your games?
No.
Just don't lend them out.
Just don't do it.
Fair enough.
Just don't. I'm more comfortable in telling people not to do it rather than just let them do it.
Yeah.
It's a level of respect, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's two-way. That works both ways.
Of course it does.
Yes, but also if I lend out a game and they rebag them into the wrong bags...
I think that says more about you, mate. The fact that they've bagged them is more...
No, I had all the red, yellow and green components separated, and you've put the red and yellow components together and then the green components in with the cards. What?
Thing is, I completely agree.
Yeah.
When it comes to pack-up time, sometimes I'm like, do you know what? Just let me do it. Just let me do it. I'll do it because I know how I want to put it and how I want it to go back in the box.
I 3D print components. So, of course, when they don't go right back in the right trays or whatever, or the trays don't go back. I
end up photographing the trays on my phone before I dismantle the inserts so that I know which way it goes back in together. Because if someone else tries and does it and fails, I can't watch it. I can't watch this. What are you doing? Just leave it. Can't do it.
I tell you what, though, not just my uncomfortableness, but I've now passed this on to lots of my friends, is when someone puts a lid on the wrong way to the base.
Oh, it annoys me.
So I've now got all of the guys that I game with, and all of the people I game with, now they'll put the lid on and then they'll look at me and then they'll look at the underside of the box to make sure it's up the same way. So I've got them all very comfortable with checking that they're the right way.
I do that with other people's games and I forget to do it on my own. So I'm like, yeah, it's my game, whatever. I'm not that worried.
I get annoyed when it's a big box, like Voidfall, and you put the box on and you've not checked, and then you look underneath and you go, oh, for goodness sake, it's wrong. And then you have to take it off again, flip it around and back on again. Yeah. Don't forget the box fart.
I get annoyed when you pack it into the lid. And you get...
now,
I've
done that before many times.
I'm more comfortable now because I've done it loads. So.
Nice.
But I get packing a game away makes me genuinely very uncomfortable. The thought of not getting it back in that box for me is like, oh, I'm so uncomfortable.
Depends on the game.
To the point where I've left games on the table to the absolute limit. The point where
I remember one game you put when you got so stressed about it. Like, how was it? That wasn't The Witcher. Was it The Witcher? I can't remember. I remember the one game you were getting well stressed about putting it away. And
I can't remember. Yeah, genuinely, but now the fact that I've now packed away so many games, I've taken it out of a box and gone, right, where does all this go? Like having the confidence to do that, it like genuinely used to make me very, very uncomfortable. Whereas now I'm like, nah, whatever, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
I watched JP struggle trying to get Shackleton base back in the box because there's so much stuff in that box.
Yeah.
It's just madness, and I'm watching him slowly watching like the veins on his forehead pulse. And it's annoying. It depends on the game. Frostpunk's one of the worst for it. There's so much stuff to try and get it all back in the box.
That's why you're better off burning it.
Yeah, only because you had a bad experience with that game.
I didn't have a bad experience with that
Is
game.
there a good experience?
I got enough stress in my life without a board game providing twice as much as what I can handle.
It's true.
It's a great game. It is a wonderful game. It's just it's not for me.
You need to play again.
Yeah, I do, to be fair.
Let's play again.
But I never will.
Yeah. Nice. Play it on easy mode.
I can't play games with you lot. Whenever there's an easy game option, you're almost like, ugh.
No, JP had to play it on easy mode and he beat it, didn't he?
Yeah, only just.
Only just. I've beaten it on normal, but only once. I've played the game 10 times, lost 9.
Yeah. It's a bit like Burn Cycle for me. I don't think I've ever won a game of Burn Cycle. That's why this Christmas tea is going to be the first one.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, nice.
First one. So now that we've become a lot more comfortable speaking about our gaming uncomfortableness, I think that we've kind of covered everything. So we will move on to Connect 4 with a K. So now it's time for Connect 4. Please, listeners, feel free to get in touch and play along with us as to what these 4 cards are going to connect. So I'm going to draw 4 cards. We're going to think of games to connect all 4 cards and see what we can come up with. So the first card is Nature.
Earthborn Rangers.
Second card, Deck or Bag Building.
What kind of bag building?
Sci-fi. And Farming. These, I think 2 out of the 4 are the same ones that I drew last time.
Yeah, should shuffle these cards better.
I've spent the last 5 minutes shuffling them.
You got one already?
Yeah.
So have I.
Yeah.
Easy.
The best game in the whole world, right?
I mean, it's not the best game, but it's my top 3.
Okay. Yeah, top. Right.
Yeah, top 3.
Hit me too.
Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
Oh, we couldn't go a whole episode without it being mentioned, could we?
Yeah, it's got everything. Sci-fi, farming.
Don't have deck building.
Nature. No, but you're building a tableau.
That's not deck
It's
building.
not a deck building,
Still
is it?
building something.
I suppose it doesn't have tech building, does it? When you
No, but it has building. I'm taking that word off that card.
And yeah, nature, because animals and fish and space cows.
Space Cows.
Space cows.
Yeah. So okay, you're right. Deck building.
So 3 out
I
of 4.
always think deck building's card, but it's not. You're right, actually.
Race through the galaxy.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Race through the galaxy.
I've not. You could
Explain.
You could have just made that up, and I'd have been like, yeah.
It's an old deck building game. It's got sci-fi in it. It's gonna have nature in it and farming in it. Given the topic that it is, I never played it. I played Roll for the Galaxy, which is a tile builder, which doesn't have bags. It has cups. But the card one, Race Through the Galaxy, would hit those 4.
Call him out on Discord, people, if he's full of shit.
I'm sure it's called Race for the Galaxy. Hang on.
Yeah, Race for the Galaxy is a deck building battle.
I'm sure it's that, isn't it? Yeah.
In space, yeah. It's a bit like sort of Dominion-esque, I suppose, in space.
Oh, okay.
It's been out for years.
It's an old one. It's a classic.
Not like Ra, though.
Not like Ra.
Not like Ra. Very different game to Ra.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Race for the Galaxy.
Judging from the way you explained it earlier.
There it is. Race for the Galaxy, yeah.
Very nice. Adrian, anything popping up for you, mate?
Not really. It's the sci-fi with nature and farming.
Yeah, that's it. It's the hard one, yeah.
That makes it sort of tougher because bag building and farming, you might have something like Orléans, and I'm sure you could put nature in there somehow. But yeah, sci-fi mixed in with that is quite tough. I mean, that's more fantasy, isn't it? I was going to say you could do quacks to some extent. Yeah, I'm really only getting sort of 2 or 3 at a time out of this, if I'm honest. I think, again, either that or the deck and bag building, because as you say, like terraforming Mars and stuff like that is nature farming and sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Dune
struggling
Imperium?
with this one. Deck building, no
Sci-fi.
farming.
Don't you like cultivate spice?
No. Farm water.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I don't know. That's
As a
spice
bush.
farming,
Oh, yeah,
isn't it?
it's a bush. I'm not saying it isn't, but
Yeah, struggling with this one. Let us know.
whenever I hear farming, I always think Agricola instantly.
Yeah, any Uwe game.
Caverna, are they space dwarfs? Or are they?
Are they
No,
space
unfortunately not
dwarves?
space dwarfs.
Although they might have that in this expansion.
Not deck building either.
Yeah, no deck building.
No, bad building. No.
Because even Dominion. So Dominion is a deck builder that's absolutely got nature in it and has farming cards in it.
Yeah, but no sci-fi.
But there's no sci-fi.
No.
So yeah, that kind of it just I think I can get 3 in different ones, but
Race for the Galaxy, I stick by that.
not 4 for me.
Fair enough.
No, can I get 3?
I've only ever been able to get 3 on any of these. I've never been able to do 4.
Does that mean I win?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yay.
Well, thanks very much for that, guys. And please let us know in our Discord if you've come up with anything else that matches all 4, because we can't let Dan be the only winner.
No, we can't possibly have that. No.
And with that, we'll move on to our penultimate turn. So with that, it's our penultimate turn, and we get to talk about the exciting things we've got coming up. So I'm going to start with you, T. What have you got coming up, mate?
Loads, actually. December is actually normally really busy for me. I mean, it is still busy for me, but I've signed up for a lot of games in December. It's not
Nice.
like me. I've got 3 back-to-back.
Holy shit.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've got Caverna, if it goes ahead, because it's only 3 at the moment, but I'm sure it will.
You got it up on Aftergame?
Yeah. Well, it's Curly's hosting it.
I didn't see that.
It's on a Saturday, mate, on the 20th. You're probably singing.
Oh, I'm probably working. Yeah.
I've never played it. I want to play it.
Yeah, well, it's up in there, mate. Come along. It's good fun. And then I can't remember the name of it. It's JP's Defense, the 4-player co-op space one.
Defense of Procyon 3.
That's the one.
It does sound like an
What a
80s
name.
sci-fi movie,
Yeah.
but
Which I'm really looking forward to. And then after that, we've got Burn Cycle.
yeah, baby.
Three big games in a row.
Yes, baby.
And all the Perseverances before that as well, I've got. So, lots to
Jeez,
sign
you
up
have
for.
signed up for a lot. Haven't
I
you?
have, yeah.
Normally December, like
But
normally we
they
don't.
run on nights I'm off and available, so it's worked really well for me.
Normally we don't see you in December.
No,
You just
I'm
kind
not
of
impressed.
emerge in January,
Yeah.
refreshed and kind of ready to go.
Thank God it's January. For
Yeah.
you. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it, normally.
Amen.
Yeah, amen.
Nice.
That's me, yeah, so good.
I'm on 2 of those,
know.
so yeah, quite looking forward to it. Awesome, man. Thank you.
I'm actually not working that night.
Oh,
Go for it, signed up.
I might do. I'll have a check because it's quite close to Crimbo, but I'll have a
I really
check.
fancy the game of Caverna as well.
I've not played it for fucking ages. I do like it. It's right up my street.
so Dan, other than potentially Caverna, what have you got coming up, mate?
Nucleum.
Yeah,
with you.
baby.
Yeah, baby. Yes, Anne. I've not played with the new experiments yet, so I'm very much looking forward to that. I can't believe that they're bringing out more stuff even. Obviously, Gibraltar's now the next map. I don't have a big box to put this in yet, Mr. Turksey. Can we sort this out?
Actually, be coming along as well, mightn't it?
I'd be surprised if it's not. It needs one. I get a bit, frustrated when they do this and then they charge the over the odds for it. But other than that, it needs it. And I'm looking forward to playing on Sunday because it's a great game. I was always a big fan of Brass, and then Nucleum came along and changed my world. So I sold Brass. Now Nucleum is king. I sold it. Although I have seen the new one coming out.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Yes. Which looks quite interesting, and I'd be tempted to back. But for me, Nucleum, it's just that extra crunch for me, and I really, really like playing it. Love it.
We played it a few weeks ago, and I requested that we played it again before I forgot all the rules again, and kind of realize what I'm doing on turn 5 of 6, sort of thing.
It's just clever. Yeah. It's just there's a lot going on, but it's just silky smooth. Love it.
Awesome,
Great
man.
game.
Very much looking forward to that as well.
Yes.
Very, very much so. Adrian, what have you got coming up, mate?
Got quite a bit. So, talking about Company of Heroes at the start, the new StarCraft miniature game is due for pre-order.
Based on the video game.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So I was originally really disappointed that this wasn't in a smaller scale. So like an epic scale or however you want to, sort of 15 mil scale, because that felt like the right scale for big StarCraft battles. But they've done it in 32 mil. And I'm not sure how I feel about this, but they've done it. They haven't shown all the rules, but they've kind of given you an overview. And it's a real beer and pretzels type game. There's nothing there's nothing too serious in this. It's like to move a unit, you move one model and then move all the other models to surround that model. So it's not like every model has to move exactly this distance from what they've shown so far. And the pre-orders are going directly through them to start with. So probably be a bit more expensive. But me and a few friends catch up about once a week at the moment to play StarCraft. So we're each going to buy a faction and do that. And it's doing cool things like you'll get supply points, which tells you how many units you can bring on the board and certain upgrades depending upon the cards you like buy to start the game off with, and little bits and pieces that are actually making me more excited than I originally was when I heard that it was going to be a bigger scale. So got the pre-orders for that coming up, so looking forward to that. I've then got Glenmore Chronicles 2. So myself and JP played through the first couple of Chronicles of that, the first sort of couple of modules, and we got a couple of weeks coming up of doing a few more of those. And at 2-player, it's a really quite snappy game. Like I say, I think we got through 2 modules, so 2 games in less than an hour and a half. It was about an hour and a half, I think it was. So looking forward to that. And then one of my friends has not been feeling great recently, and he's had to kind of be socially distant for a while. So finally he's sort of catching up with people and he's coming down. So I've got a few friends coming round to play board games for a weekend, this coming weekend as well.
Nice.
So again, probably playing some Blood Bowl, trying to get a game of Primal in. They're going to bring down some of the ones that they want to try as well. So I think I've got, a bit like T, I think I've got a couple of weeks of fairly solid gaming coming up, which would be nice.
What about you, Rob?
Well, you guys, I'm kind of with you guys, what you've mentioned so far. So Nucleum and Burn Cycle. But hopefully I will have my new gaming table.
Oh, yeah.
When this comes out. And I'll have something like Elder Scrolls underneath it. I'm desperate to get Creel Manor to the table again. So it'll be a bit solo gaming for the minute. January seems to have filled up very quickly with non-gaming events.
Nice.
Which is not ideal, but you've got to be sociable at some point. So yeah, and then we've got a lot coming up in January. So yeah, but very much looking forward to Nucleum. I haven't stopped thinking about it since we played it last. So
it's an earlier start, isn't it, that day? Isn't it? That Sunday, yeah. Should be good.
Burn Cycle has now become mine and JP's Christmas period break game.
Nice.
Because it is a long game.
You break early as well, don't you? So you've got a bit of time to chill. Between,
they only work half of December, don't they?
Yeah.
We work a lot more than half of December, thank you.
Be nice, wouldn't it, Dan, just to work half of December?
Well, it's not, some people, it's just... What can I say?
Well, if JP says the office is closed, what am I meant to do?
Well, that's just it. You work down the road. You practically just I'm going to work now. I'm not working the day now. I'll have a day off.
I'm good. But he said, "Oh no, the office is closed and we have to play board games." What would you do?
I would play board games.
Exactly. So yeah, we got a Burn Cycle coming up, and yeah, we haven't played it since the Christmas break last year. So very much looking forward to it. And you'll be your first time, right?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So yeah, it should be fun. So. Awesome. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now it's our final turn where we wrap up victory points and see who's won. And I've won.
You've won, have you?
It's me.
Well, it's rare occurrence.
It's me. It was overcoming fears and won.
Well done.
This is my last episode. I'm going to hand the baton over to Mr. James Davey. I look forward to seeing what he's come up with, because usually they are geniusly mental, which is a lot of fun to be a part of. So very much looking forward to that. So thank you for joining us. If you did enjoy the podcast, please feel free to support us on Coffee. We're very grateful, one, that people listen, but two, that people are willing to support, and it means the world to us. So thank you very much. If you'd like to join us on Discord, then please feel free. We're building quite a nice community of people on there, and it's always nice when we get to interact with you guys. So thank you for the people that have joined, and if you haven't, why not? Please come and join us. All our social media information will also be in the show notes, so please feel free to contact us and get in touch. So once again, whose turn is it anyway?